All right, welcome to Rival House, episode 3. I'm Hunter, alongside Chris.
What's up, guys?
Justin.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
And Kanava.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
All right, Kanava, lead us off. You got a question for me?
Yes. What is your biggest surprise team in the NFL season this coming year?
My biggest surprise in the NFL season is going to be the New Orleans Saints. Not only do I predict them going 10-7, I have Tyler Shuck throwing for 4,000 yards and winning the division, and having them advance to the second round of the playoffs. Tyler Shuck is going to definitely be the NFC's or NFL breakout quarterback. I do like Kellen Moore basically taking a huge leap with the offense. I think Chris Olave is a true number one wide receiver. Jordan Tyson is going to be a solid wide receiver too once he gets comfortable. They have a solid defense, and I think that they can sneak a playoff win. I think the division's wide open. This division that they're in, you don't need a lot of wins to win it. And I think 9 wins can win it. I think they get 10. I think they finish the season 10-7. That is my NFL breakout team of the year. What do you boys think about that?
Yeah, I think they got a great 1-2 punch at the receiver position. Running back still kind of work in progress. They got ETN, but still questions on if Kamara is going to be in the picture or not. Defense will be solid. Cameron Jordan, always a stud on the defensive line. So yeah, I agree. I think Shuck could be breakout player of the year, like you said.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I wasn't big on Tyler Shuck coming out. I thought he was overrated in a project, but he's looking good. And if he can continue to develop and take another big step, getting him Tyson in the first round was huge. So now he has a good 1-2 punch. As long as Chris Olave can stay healthy and not continue to get these concussions, he has some solid weapons. Don't forget Alvin Kamara and ETN or HN catching balls out of the backfield as well.
Yeah, Jawan Johnson's a nice fantasy sleeper. Sorry, Chris, to cut you off.
Yeah, no, you're good. I agree with that too, Kanava. Jawan's always very underrated tight end. He always produces. And I agree with Justin as well when it comes to Olave because we've seen it over and over again. Yeah, he had the concussion issues. He had a great season last year, but now he just got paid. And we've seen it over and over that now they got paid, injuries start riddling again. But so it's, I think, a big thing for Shuck is going to be, can Olave stay healthy? And that's going to have a big part in how he produces next year.
Go ahead, Kanava. You got something else for me?
Yeah. So Hunter, before we get more into the NFL season, we have NHL season coming up.
We do.
Let's hear your division winners.
Yeah.
Starting
absolutely.
with in the East with the Atlantic division. Buffalo was the winner last year. Who do you have this year?
Not to be a complete homer, but I do see the Panthers winning the division, and not even by a lot. I feel like winning the division really doesn't give you an edge. Both years, the Panthers won the championship. They didn't even win their division, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Everyone's writing off the Panthers after one bad season. That's exactly why they're dangerous with the addition of Brady Tkachuk. You know, championship teams don't disappear. They reload. Florida wins the Atlantic division.
Yeah, I agree. You know, Panthers were kind of an afterthought, you know, with all the injuries they dealt with. But to your point, divisions are a little meaningless. I think the Panthers will definitely be in the playoffs, but division's always nice to win. Put a nice little banner up in the arena. Moving on to the Metropolitan. Previous season, Carolina was the winner. Who do you have this year?
I like the Philadelphia Flyers. I feel like they're no longer in the process of rebuilding. I think they're graduating into contention. They did finish one of the bottom teams in the power play. And if they can improve on just that small little thing, I feel like the division's theirs. Carolina's a smart team. They're going to be like Florida. I feel like they're going to, rest players throughout the season. Not going to care too much about seeding. So I think Carolina kind of takes a back seat, finishes second or third. I think Philadelphia Flyers really make a push for the Metropolitan this year.
Yeah, Flyers, a lot of growth. They definitely were coming on strong late towards last season. Moving out west, who do you have winning the Central this previous year? Was Colorado, Avalanche. Who do you got this year?
In the Central, I got the Minnesota Wild, surprising a lot of people and winning the division. I think that getting Quinn Hughes in the trade deadline last year, he's just a defenseman that can move the puck. We saw what he did in the Olympics. One of the probably top 3 defenders in the league. They have Kaprizov, one of the best young studs as well. They're going to make a run this year. I think Colorado ends up winning the Western Conference in the playoffs, but I feel like once again, I feel like the not better teams will sometimes win the division, and I feel like this is one of the cases. So I think Minnesota Wild win the division.
Yeah, the top teams tend to rest their players from time to time. But yeah, Hughes can't get into clubs in New York City, no big deal. But hey, he'll win the Central Division according to Hunter.
Yeah.
Too soon?
Too soon.
Last division winners, we got the Pacific. Winners this previous year was the Vegas Golden Knights. Who do you got?
I got the Seattle Kraken. That's right.
The Kraken.
Seattle Kraken. All right. Everyone keeps picking Vegas or Edmonton, but the Seattle Kraken, they're about to shock the NHL. They're going to win the division, and I think they can possibly make it to the second round. The addition of adding Sam Miskevich from the Panthers gives the Kraken another skilled, speedy winger with championship experience. They're a very young team, but that's a team that can really dominate and have some fresh legs throughout the regular season. I do think whoever they play in the first round will be a really tough matchup for them. But if they can, stay healthy, get some experience, I feel like it's a win-win. So my prediction is the Seattle Kraken.
All right, Kraken, no Oilers. What do they say about Connor McDavid?
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
That's right.
So that's real quick. That's interesting. But based off Hard Rock Bets, the first 3 picks, they are the favorite. But then going to the Pacific, you pick Seattle. They have the 7th best odds, tied for the 7th best odds. So
you put $100 on the Kraken hunting?
Nice to see you pick a little sleeper there. I like that.
I'll put 15.
All right,
I'll put $15 on Seattle to win.
Yeah,
the division. Absolutely.
What's the odds, Chrisetti?
Yeah, what are the odds?
Plus 1,000.
Plus 1,000. Boys, flans on me if they win.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So just to hit on your division winner for the Panthers, I think it's going to be the Sabres. I just think the Panthers are built for the postseason. That's how they've built their roster. Kind of like what Kanava said, the better teams will sometimes rest their better players and back-to-back games and so on and so forth. So road trips, so on and so forth. So I don't think the Panthers will win that division, but I do think they will win. They will get to the championship in the playoffs because that's the way their team is built.
Yeah.
So I definitely could see that happening.
Yeah, Buffalo's my second pick for sure. Right behind the Panthers. Go ahead, Kanava.
Just to stay on that.
Buffalo was plus 900.
Who's the betting favorites to win the Stanley Cup?
Real quick.
So I'll let Chrisetti finish, and then I got a point on the President's Cup.
Of course, it wants to give me an error.
Why? Because you're doing it on your BSO laptop.
So best odds for the Stanley Cup per Hard Rock is actually the Florida Panthers.
Is it?
They're at plus 650, followed by Carolina Hurricanes plus 700. Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, I think the Brady
Kachuk
Kachuk trade really put them.
So it has all 3
level.
of those teams very close, but Florida has the best odds right now.
Take it.
So
I'll take it.
President's Cup is given to the team with the best regular season record, right? The last team to win the President's Cup and the Stanley Cup in the same year, 2012, 2013, Chicago Blackhawks. So just to goes to show you that, being a great regular season team doesn't necessarily equate to postseason playoffs.
Means nothing.
Last year, you had the Avalanche losing the conference finals. Winnipeg Jets lost in the second round. The New York Rangers lost in the conference finals. Boston Bruins lost in the first round. Florida Panthers lost in the second round. Colorado Avalanche lost in the second round. Boston Bruins lost in the second round. So I
None
think
of those teams even made the Stanley Cup.
Yep. Yeah, the last team to actually make the Stanley Cup was the Chicago Blackhawks. So it just goes to show you gotta rest your players. You gotta preserve a little bit. I know Hunter,
sure.
me and you have talked a lot about the Rangers Panthers series from a couple years ago. Rangers went for it. They wanted the President's Cup. They were playing their players game 79, 80, 81, and they ran out of gas once they got to the conference finals. So I think,
And I think the Panthers learned their lesson when they lost it. And they built their team for toughness and defense. And they built their team to have good, solid rotation players on every line.
Absolutely, Chris. Absolutely. 100% correct. Mm-hmm. All right, Chrisetti, you got something for Chris?
Yeah, moving on back to the NFL. Chris, who do you believe, pick one rookie non-quarterback this year that's going to score the most touchdowns?
Well, I'm actually going to piggyback off of Hunter's point with the New Orleans Saints, but I'm thinking that Olave is not going to be the wide receiver one, that it's going to be Jordan Tyson. And my pick is Jordan Tyson to score the most touchdowns for a non-quarterback.
Wow, I like that.
I think Jordan Tyson's going to play a lot in the slot. And Tyler Shuck's going to want to get the ball out fast, so to compensate for the offensive line, and so I think that's going to put Tyson in more of a successful role, and he's going to get a lot of opportunities in that passing offense.
Yeah, I agree. Just kind of coming out of what other rookies would be candidates. You love might get vultured at the goal line by Algier. Carnell Tate, you're not sure, who's going to be around to help him take defensive coverage away from him. I don't know what other top guys that come to mind. You could think of Lemon,
maybe
but
Price.
they don't really throw the ball that much come red zone.
I think I was surprised you didn't say Jadarian Price, because to me that's the obvious pick. I like the dark horse in Jordan Tyson.
Yeah, that would be my second pick.
In the Seattle
But I don't know what my worry is. Okay, how long is Charbonnet going to be out?
Yeah.
And let's say he comes back in December, November, sometime around then. He's a bigger back, and then they'll probably want to start using him around the goal line. So
yeah.
So that's why I went with Jordan Tyson.
Yeah, their running backs last year combined for 17 touchdowns.
Any chance Caden Proctor runs Wildcat out of the offense this year?
What's that?
He's caught some passes before.
That's what I'm saying. I think he has 2 touchdowns with Alabama. Caden Proctor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe throw a $5 bet on that. First touchdown by a rookie. Caden Proctor. Plus 100,000.
Nice.
Crissetti. What else you got for
You guys
Chris?
want to stay? You want to hop to NBA and then go back to Crissetti?
Yeah, let Chris finish NBA, I think.
All right, Chris. NBA, 2 coaches on the hot seat for this season. Who you got?
I'm going to go with my first one, and they did a lot of moves this coming season. A big one is bringing in LaMelo Ball, and I'm going to go with Chris Finch with the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah.
They have a bona fide superstar in Anthony Edwards. They keep coming up short, making it to the NBA Finals. I know they're in that stacked Western Conference, but with all the moves and things that they have done, bringing in, Gobert, giving up all those first-round picks for Gobert, you trade Karl Anthony Towns. Now you bring in LaMelo Ball. Now what's the next move for them? They brought in multiple players to put around Anthony Edwards. You have a bona fide superstar in him. Well, now what we've seen in numerous times is the coach that takes the heat for that, and he ends up getting the axe.
Yeah. I go ahead.
Yeah, so I see it. I understand why. I think there's just too much talent on the team, barring drastic injuries. This team is easily a top 4 team out in the West. Getting rid of Julius Randle, I know we kind of touched on it on a previous episode, but addition by subtraction, I think he clogged up the middle a lot. Not the greatest ball handler when it comes to passing the ball, and it really just the ball stuck when it came to him. So him gone, I think frees up. Ball will flow a lot freer, especially with LaMelo. So I agree, but I don't see it happening. This is a bona fide contender.
Well, that's kind of to my point why is that team is a great team, and I have them as a top team in the West. But if they keep underperforming, let's say the LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards fit just isn't working. You're giving up those assets to trade for LaMelo Ball. They're going to say, okay, do we need to bring in a new coach that can make that work?
Right. I agree.
Do you see maybe like what's his name from Dan Hurley from UConn? Do you see him coming to the NBA anytime soon? I mean, I feel like for the last couple of years I've kind of heard, but then I know he signs like an extension. But I feel like he would be a heck of an NBA coach. Maybe Lakers move on from JJ Redick, and who knows? Maybe he goes to LA, a big time market. That would be something.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, Hurley gets some criticism. He's a kind of a kooky guy. He definitely ruffles some feathers. But
yeah, love him. I like him.
I see him staying in college. I'm not sure if his thing would stick necessarily.
His philosophy
in the pros. Yeah. He's better suited for college. Great coach, but
yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah. All right, Crissetti. Justin, give me your MVP prediction for this upcoming 2026 NFL season.
So I'm going to give you a dark horse. When I mean dark horse, I mean it because this guy currently has the 16th best odds to win MVP at plus 4,000, and that's Bo Nix. Last year, he's coming off the injury. The Patriots snuck by him and got to the Super Bowl, and obviously got destroyed by the Seahawks. Prior to that, last year's stats, 3,931 yards passing, so almost 4,000 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. enter Jalen Waddle. They traded Miami for Waddle. In 5 seasons with the Dolphins, he's had 3 1,000-plus yard seasons. Last year, the Miami Dolphins offense was so bad, and he still was able to get 910 yards. I think he's going to be the difference maker this year. Then on top of that, Bo Nix with his legs coming back healthy. In his first 2 seasons, he's averaging almost 400 yards rushing in a season and another 4.5 touchdowns rushing in a season as well. He's attached to a Sean Payton offense that has done some good things for quarterbacks. We've already talked about how stacked that division is, and my previous prediction still stands that I think the Denver Broncos are the ones to make it out of the AFC West. And if that's the case, I definitely think there's a scenario where Bo Nix is in the mix for MVP this year.
Wow, Bo Nix, MVP, Broncos first in the division. That would be a heck of a season. I think Sean Payton can do it. I think he has the coach. He has the weapons now. He's got Sutton. He's got Waddle. Let's see if they can establish a good run game. I think that's going to be maybe J.K. Dobbins comes back from his injury. Let's see how Bo does with the ankle injury. See how he comes back. Hopefully it's, he looks just like he never left. Good O-line, great defense, home field advantage. Home field advantage, that's real home field advantage, not just like any other team, playing in that altitude is something else. So I think they definitely can be dangerous, and I can see it. What was his odds? I know you said it, Crissetti. What was his odds for
Plus
MVP?
4,000, right?
Plus 4,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got.
Do you think a great defense takes away? Do you think a great defense takes away MVP talk?
It can, but in that division,
say Broncos go 13-4, and it's led by the defense. Bonito has 15 sacks. Pat Surtain's in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. Does that take away Bo Nix, where they can say, oh, okay, well, you have Waddle, you have Sutton, you have Evan Ingram, you have all these weapons around you. You have Sean Payton as a coach. You're a game manager. Do you get MVP? Does that scenario pop up?
That's a good point. That's a good point. I think in that division, how stacked it is, I think that's going to help him if he can lead the team. I mean, we've seen guys like, Matt Stafford win MVP just last year. I mean, he's similar situation, pretty good defense, Sean McVay offense, Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, So, yeah, it might play a little role in it, but I don't think it's enough to take it away.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to get the numbers to be able to do it, because not also, to Canava's point, they have a great defense, but we know Sean Payton wants to run the ball as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, they have 3 running backs over there. Claiborne's on or is he on the Minnesota Vikings?
Coleman.
I know
not Coleman.
Coleman. I'm sorry. They just drafted Coleman. They got RJ Harvey. They got, and then they brought back Dobbins. So, they got 3 running backs that they're going to want to utilize possibly. And we know Sean Payton likes to run the ball from his time with New Orleans. So I don't know if that's definitely a very under the radar pick.
I like it.
Probably my favorite in that. I mean, listen, I think my pick would be Justin Herbert with Mike McDaniels, but I can see why you're mentioning Bo Nix, because he does have a great team around him.
Yeah, I think to win that division, you're going to have to put up points,
And that's why my pick would be Justin Herbert, because with Mike McDaniels, if there's one thing that you can say about Mike McDaniels, he knows how to put up points. So
for sure,
he's going to have Justin Herbert slinging the ball, and I think he's going to have the numbers to back up his case as long as the Chargers stay healthy. They're actually my pick to win that division.
Yeah, I think they're the second favorite. Hard Rock had the Chiefs as number 1, the Chargers are number 2, and the Denver Broncos is number 3.
All right, Crissetti, Justin, you were telling us something about Akron University. Do you want to go ahead and tell us a little more?
Yes, I don't know if you guys heard. Akron University football has started a contest where they are giving their season ticket holders a ticket for a lottery per season ticket that they hold. Plus, if they refer someone this year to get a season ticket, they also get another ticket. These tickets are going to go into a lottery. And before the season starts, you're going to pick one out of a hat. Whoever that is going to basically be the offensive coordinator for the first home game for the first drive only. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on if you got that winning ticket and you got to call the offense for that first drive, the first home game. Name some plays that you would run.
That's actually funny. Yeah, 4 verts.
It's easy.
Well, since I'm not a fan of Akron University, I'm probably going to take a knee the first 2 plays to give me third and long.
Am I allowed to bet on this game if I'm the OC?
Yeah.
Let me add that their first home game is against Robert Morris.
Or line them up.
If I'm on, if
Well, if there's
Yeah.
anybody that I hate more than Akron University, it's Robert Morris.
Yeah. What's the play that Boise State ran
the
against
annexation
Oklahoma?
of Puerto Rico,
No, no. It's
Statue of Liberty,
the hook and ladder or the hook and
the hook and
hook and
ladder.
ladder.
Yeah,
yeah.
Just
I'm
run
definitely
all sorts of trick plays.
definitely running that one on first down. Gonna do the fake spike
Curious, like,
with
are
Dan
you-
Marino. Fake spike.
Are you invited to practice and be like, "Yo, this is my playbook.
Well-
this is what we're running," or do you have to pick like from?
I'm running
15 plays?
I'm running a post to the tight end, but the tight end has to be LeBron James.
Can't
Yeah, I want
add
Jason Taylor
players,
to,
Chris.
to re-enroll.
Yeah.
Jason Taylor, I want him to
I'm the
re-enroll.
OC. I'm recruiting right now.
I'm assuming that they're limiting the playbook to probably like 10 different plays, and whoever wins gets to pick out of those 10 plays.
Dad, I'm drawing my own
Audible.
hot route.
Hot route.
Quarterback sneak. I'm running a quarterback sneak.
I'm gonna
I
burn
didn't know
all
if
3
one
of
you
those
guys
timeouts.
would want to go old school with the Wildcat, Ronnie Brown, and Ricky Williams, or maybe a halfback pass.
And I'm going.
I'm gonna tell the quarterback to not make not hike the ball. I'm gonna let it go down to 1. I'm gonna call a timeout, break the clipboard, and bring everyone in and rile them up.
Called the fumble Rooski.
Yeah, the fumble rooski, the fake spike into the fumble rooski. Awesome, very good.
What's the Detroit Lions? They ran like the Jared Goff stumble,
Yeah,
and
that was awesome.
the running back fell, and ended up being like a bootleg.
Hey, I just realized I never did my second NBA coach on the hot seat.
That's all right, man. Don't worry about it. You have too
Don't
much
put that
late.
coach, bro.
Yeah, it was Nick Nurse anyway. He's a Jew.
I'll add that in. It was Nick Nurse, by the way.
Yeah.
All right,
Philly's
Justin.
trash.
He is. Justin, I got something for you.
Go ahead.
Are the Commanders hindering Jaden Daniels?
The Commanders are 100% hindering Jaden Daniels. Let me tell you why. His first year in the NFL, he looks like an absolute stud. The guy throws for 3,568 yards, 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 69% completion rate. On top of that, he adds 891 yards and 6 touchdowns. Why is that a big deal? Well, because he was the leading rusher on the entire team. All right, in 24, he was throwing to Terry McLaurin. 2024, Terry McLaurin is pretty solid. Zach Ertz and Alumide Zacchaeus, those, and Noah Brown. Those were his 4 top receivers. What has the Commanders done since then? They've missed on draft picks like Ben Sennett in the 3rd round. Luke McCaffrey just kind of seems like, an average wide receiver at best. They drafted Jacoby Lane last year's draft. That's still to be seen. He hasn't done anything this year. My point is that they really haven't done, besides adding Laramie Tunsil, they really haven't done anything to help the guy out. This year, they brought in Chiga Conquo, the tight end from Tennessee. You all right?
Yeah, your volume sounds like
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Where's the speaker at right now?
Right in front of my face. Is it what, too loud? Is it laggy?
it's
yeah, you're more lagging than anything.
yeah, it sounds like it's like there's like water in it or something. Like, did you fun it?
No, I didn't piss on it. Where do you want me to take it?
I don't know why that was so funny, but it
No.
was.
So stupid.
Man.
Crissetti, yours is
Well, you guys tell me.
your
Do I
volume's
need
good.
No, I
And
didn't.
it's been a complete disaster.
What were you saying about the Commanders?
I don't know where to leave off now.
Yeah, you're just lagging, bro.
All right, great.
Hunter, you got cleared up though.
Yeah,
now you're a
Daddy.
little blurry, but now
What?
you're back to being a little blurry.
So,
So,
the last
just
take,
like,
the last take was fine.
Sometimes if you see it blurry or you like the sound is a little distorted, a lot of times when it's uploaded, like it sounds clear. It's weird. So
Yeah.
it's like even now, like even if we're hearing it and Crissetti kind of sounds laggy, like when I get it to edit it, it sounds like 100%. So it really depends.
So, do you want me to start from a certain point or what?
Yeah, start from. You just said they added the tight end.
Yeah. So this year they brought in Chiga Conquo, a tight end from Tennessee that some people are excited about. But in 4 years in the league, he's just averaged 500 yards and 2 touchdowns a year. Today we heard news that they added Stephon Diggs, but I'm sorry, a 33-year-old Stephon Diggs isn't getting me too excited. Some of his other colleagues from his draft class, Drake May, 2 years in a row, New England Patriots have invested first-round draft picks in offensive linemen. They just went out and signed Romeo Doubs and traded for A.J. Brown. Bo Nix, we know what they have kind of established. The offensive line there is one of the best in the entire league. They just traded for Jalen Waddle. They spent a third-round draft pick in 24 and 25 in Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant. And then, of course, another one of his draft colleagues is Caleb Williams. The Bears drafted Roma Dunze the next year after that, Luther Burden after that, and Colston Loveland.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my point, is why they're failing him, is that this guy might be, out of all these great quarterbacks, which I think all of them are awesome, Drake May, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, I love all of them. I think Jaden Daniels might be the most talented out of all of them. But unfortunately, the team is just not setting him up to succeed.
Yeah. I mean, his first couple of years, even his rookie year, was phenomenal. But I think he was just running for his life, and it was.
Yeah.
I think for Commander or Redskin fans, I feel like they were getting RG3 flashbacks, where you have this young, athletic QB, and they're just going to run him to the ground. So, I bulk up the O-line. Like you said, does a 30-something-year-old Stephon Diggs, like, get your juices flowing? Like, no. Like, it's not who you should be targeting. Like, a Jalen Waddle would have been a great option for them. A young receiver to pair with him. I think just keeping him on his feet, like, if he doesn't have to scramble so much. I know his legs are great, I think, but using it when he needs to, not not get sacked for the 50th time of the game,
Yeah. See, like the Lamar effect, you want to invest in him and protect him. You definitely don't want him taking hits. Diggs isn't terrible, number 2. I think that they were kind of putting some eggs in the basket with Ayuk. That kind of fell through. He's kind of gone AWOL. So Diggs isn't necessarily a terrible fit. He produced in New England last year. So take some pressure off of Terry McLaurin.
I think they got.
I don't hate it.
I think they basically have. I think
it's a 1-year deal.
I think they basically have two number 2 wide receivers. Terry McLaurin, I think he's like 30 years old. His best days are probably behind him. He's still a solid receiver. Is he something that you're extremely proud about as being your number 1 wide receiver? Probably not.
Well, I think the biggest issue the Commanders are having is who's knocking down the door saying they want to go play for the Washington Commanders.
Nobody.
Commies.
That franchise has been in turmoil for forever. So you don't have people saying, "Oh yeah, I want to go play for the Washington Commanders," and that's the issue that they're having to bring in talent to put around Jaden Daniels. So to your point, yes, are they holding back Jaden Daniels? Yes, absolutely. But I don't know if it's a fault of their own. I just don't know if they're getting the opportunity to bring in big time free agents, because when they are free agents, who's saying they want to go there?
Well, I think they had. I mean, I might be wrong off the top of my head. I don't remember this, but perfect example is I think they had an option at pick 6 or 7 to pick Jordan Tyson, right? And instead they go with Sonny Styles, a linebacker. So stuff like that.
Yeah, Dan Quinn's always going to beef up that defense. So that's just a defensive-minded head coach right there.
And he's on the hot seat. So if that team struggles this year, they're probably going to let Dan Quinn go. And now there's a new head coach, and that's one more obstacle for Jaden Daniels to overcome.
Come to New York. We'll take you.
Yeah, he'll get picked up by someone, that's for sure.
All right, Kanava, let's switch it to some Major League Baseball.
Yeah,
go out. You got some winners and losers from the MLB trade deadline for me?
Yeah, I got 2 winners, 1 loser. Biggest name, Dodgers. I think they won the overall trade deadline, getting Skubal. As much as I hate to admit it, Ohtani's got some question marks if he's going to be able to pitch in October. They've basically shut him down as far as throwing wise, and they don't have a timetable as far as when he'll be thrown again. So he slots in as another elite pitcher that you can throw in the postseason. Rays, I have as the other team as the winner. Liam Hicks, Freddie Peralta at the trade deadline. Peralta got rocked yesterday by the Rockies, and he's got some things to figure out, but I feel like Tampa, of any franchise, if a pitcher's not right, they'll get him right, and rather quickly. And then the biggest loser of the trade deadline is the entire major leagues. At no point besides 2 days ago have we ever been close to a lockout. Once the Skubal trade went down, all you hear is lockout talk. My views on it, it sucks. I don't see there being a salary cap in major leagues. It's historically never had a salary cap. Go ahead, Andy.
So I see their point, but this never was an issue before with the Steinbrenner Yankees. But is this Dodgers team, is this kind of taking it to the next level where it's like, okay, now we're just no one can compete. Like a team like mine, like my Miami
Yeah.
Marlins, how am I my team's not going to invest that much money into that payroll? Are you out of your mind? So
Right.
is that what everyone's up in arms about?
I think a little bit where it's reminding you of, the late 90s, early 2000s Yankees, where we're just signing the best possible guys, trading for the best possible guys. So as a Yankees fan, I can't really complain because that's what my childhood is, and we got 5 rings because of it. But I will object to the deferred money. You have Shohei Ohtani making, quote unquote, $70 million a year. He's getting paid $2 million, right, up front, and then he's deferring $68 million on the back end. So they have over $1 billion in deferred payments over the next, believe 20 years. There is some loopholes that I think the CBA can close as far as how much deferred money you could possibly put, even possibly eliminating deferred money. I don't see that being an option. I think the players are going to fight for that, but there's got to be a significant penalty if you were to defer as much money as they're doing, because then the loophole is, all right, there's no salary cap, but there's a luxury tax. And if you go over this threshold, then you have to pay, I believe, 100% additional, and then it multiplies by.
Is it similar to the NBA?
Something similar to
yes.
the NBA.
Okay.
Yeah.
The NBA
Okay.
actually developed it up from Major League Baseball. So there is no quote unquote, salary cap, but I believe the luxury tax threshold is around 290 to 310 million. So if you go above that, then you're in the luxury tax range. I believe the Dodgers paid like 100 million into the luxury tax over the last couple seasons. The Yankees always try to avoid staying out of the luxury tax. It doesn't constrict your roster the way the NBA is designed. It's just, you just pay a crap ton of money into the league, and then that gets dispersed to all the other teams. So lockout is potentially coming. The Skubal trade really kind of put it more into the forefront. Everyone's up in arms about the Dodgers. Look, like, you can't blame them. The Dodgers want to win. Really, you could blame the other owners because the owners aren't investing in their teams, and the Dodgers are. That was the Yankees' excuse 25 years ago, and can't complain about it now. But
I'm just hoping the
things on the deferred.
I'm hoping the Marlins sell the team to the Saudis and then just sign everybody. That's our only hope. Yeah, all right.
That's a conversation for another time. But
yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go. All right, Kanava, I got something for you. Biggest disappointment team in the NFL this year. What is your prediction? Who's that team that everyone has high hopes for and that you think will be a disappointment?
Yeah, I got 3 teams for each conference and a couple of reasons why they could potentially be a disappointment. I'll start in the NFC. I say the Eagles. You have Saquon getting into age 29 season. It's kind of the number that the boogeyman tells us that running backs tend to fall off. Lane Johnson's 36, so that offensive line's getting up there in age. No A.J. Brown drama. That's kind of plagued the team the last couple of years, but can Devontae Smith be the true number 1? Like they drafted him for, I believe he was 6 overall or top 10. Crissetti, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Then they gave big bucks to Jalen Carter. He needs to be a force in the middle. He's definitely a defensive tackle that can be in the 8 to 12 sack range. He's got to stay in shape. He's got to be the leader because they're paying him big time money. So some question marks on the defensive side of the ball there. 49ers, this is kind of low hanging fruit. I just think they're so injury prone. We've seen over the past couple seasons that they even won double-digit games last season was a miracle. Now we're talking about 10 or so guys getting injured in the first week and a half of training camp. So, kind of low-hanging fruit there on disappointment. But if they're trending that way as far as injuries, it can definitely wind up being a disappointment out in San Fran. And then last team I have is the Seattle Seahawks. No Kenneth Walker. Charbonnet is going to be out for a good portion of the season. Can Jadarian Price step up? We all believe he can, but Super Bowl hangover was definitely a real thing. Outside of the Chiefs, we've really never seen another team make it far into the playoffs after winning the Super Bowl. Schedule gets significantly tougher. You obviously lose a lot of pieces due to free agency.
Toughest division in football.
Yep. Toughest division. Rams are going to be tough. 49ers, if they're healthy, are going to be tough. So still a playoff team, but definitely can see a step back compared to last year.
Those are all really good. I think the 49ers, like you said, power grid. I think for the last few years, they just can't stay healthy. So that's a team that, I mean, can win 4 games or can be the number 1 seed. So you really don't know with them. I think the Eagles is you're spot on. An aging running back. I it, it's hard to say a QB who won a Super Bowl MVP I'm not sold on, but I'm not sold on Jalen Hurts just yet still. I don't love a skinny, fast guy being your wide receiver 1. PTSD as a Dolphins fan. I think you need some size. I really do in this league. So I don't think they really have anything.
Are you
So I can
are you referring to
ahead.
Ted Ginn? Are
No,
you referring to Ted
Tyreek
Ginn?
Hill. I'm referring to Tyreek Hill being a number 1, and then our coach throwing 5-yard slants against 6'3" corners and thinking he can over jump them. So thanks,
Yeah,
Mike
he's got him.
McDaniel.
Don't worry about it.
And then Seahawks. I mean, Seahawks can have a winning record and not even make the playoffs. So that's, Sam Darnold can have a great year and they cannot make the playoffs. Their defense could be top 5 and they can not even make the playoffs. That division's that tough. So I can definitely see Super Bowl hangover for that.
Yeah. Moving on to the AFC. Similar concept with the Patriots. They had one of the easiest schedules last year. They have a significantly tougher schedule this year. Just like Vegas, house always wins. The league always catches up to you. So they got some questions at offensive line. Will Campbell got exposed last year in the playoffs, especially against Seattle. Do they keep him at offensive tackle? Do they shift him around, try to move him guard? And then A.J. Brown, I know we touched on this with the Eagles. He's a gift and a curse. He's in his prime. He is a phenomenal athlete. He's a phenomenal receiver, but comes with a lot of baggage. Kind of seems like everywhere he goes, he's kind of burned some bridges, rubbed people the wrong way. Requested a trade in Tennessee, requested a trade in Philly. Is it worth having an elite wide receiver? Philly would tell you, look, yes, they got a Super Bowl out of it, but, what is the aftermath of it? We saw how it ended in Philly. We saw how it ended in Tennessee. We'll see how it ends in New England.
I agree with Kanava on that one. I think the Bills win that division, and I agree with every point that you made that they now have one of the tougher schedules in the league. So I think they take a significant decline in their record prediction.
You guys know my thought process on Drake May. I don't like him. I don't love him, but I think A.J. Brown is at the end of the day is going to help him. But that schedule's way too tough for him right now.
And listen, that team had a lot of drama.
Yeah,
going into the offseason. And now you bring in a receiver that came with drama himself.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. Who else you got? Go ahead, Chris City.
Yeah, 2 other teams. I got Denver, potential letdown. Can Bo Nix take the next step? I know we touched on him earlier in the episode. And then can the defense remain elite? Bonito's got to stay healthy. Pat Surtain's got to stay healthy. Again, another potential playoff team, but realistically, that division is going to be tough. So we can see them taking a potential slip after coming so close in the conference championship last year. And then last team I have is Indianapolis Colts. They started out hot. Daniel Jones was rolling. Daniel Jones was in the playoff, in the MVP conversation. He had the Achilles tear. We don't even know if he's going to be ready come week 1. Defense, a lot of unproven guys, a lot of young guys that they're getting into the mix. And then they traded away Michael Pittman. Can Alec Pierce make up for it for his loss on the offensive side? So Indy, I think, can be a very disappointing season.
With the 49ers, I really think that their window of opportunity is starting to close. It's a very aging roster. CMC, Mike Evans, George Kittle, all guys that have had phenomenal careers, but they're all, getting up there in age. Their defense.
Justin, not to cut you off, but I think you missed to mention probably the most important person on that team, and that's Trent Williams.
Yeah, of course.
He's up there in age, and
he's been
He's probably the most important. He's probably the most important person on the team, in my opinion. And
I think he's like 37 years old, even at that age. I mean, he's just a pillar.
I think he's pushing 40, to be honest with you.
Maybe. And then moving to the defensive side of the ball, I mean, Nick Bosa is going to be 29 years old this year. Fred Warner is going to be 30 years old this year. I just think the injuries have plagued them, and the window's starting to close. I mean, now they paid Brock Purdy, which was probably the right thing to do, but now that, he's not on no rookie contract no more, their talent is starting to age.
Yeah. Trent Williams, 38, by the way.
Yeah. If they struggle, they might be sellers. You never know. It might be time to pawn off some of these pieces and try to collect some capital.
I think they'll still be, as long as they have enough pieces together, I think they'll still be. And Shanahan's such a great coach. I think he was snubbed of Coach of the Year last year, what he was able to do with that team. I think he should have been the Coach of the Year. So I think they'll still be competitive. That's why I actually have them as buyers, because with all their injuries, I think they'll be buying, but I think they'll try to bring in a big name receiver, because you see Mike Evans already getting banged up. Pearsall's out for the year. Who's Purdy going to be throwing the ball to? So I think they'll bring in a big name receiver to put next to him.
Yeah, they're coming off a awful playoff game too. Then they get
Mhm.
blown out like 41-6 or something like that last year.
Yeah.
in the
I mean,
playoffs.
that's the
It was
Seattle
bad.
Seahawks who went on. And
Yeah,
they were
yeah, it
just
was-
rolling through everybody. But
Yeah.
I think they scored the opening kickoff for a touchdown. And it was done.
But yeah, just to touch on Kanava's points too with Denver, and kind of what Justin was talking about earlier with Bo Nix, is that if I think that's the wrong approach with that team. They have a great defense. They have they have a very capable running game, great offensive line. If Bo Nix comes out and starts trying to say, all right, let me prove myself. He sees all these quarterbacks now getting paid. Now he wants to get paid big money. I could see Bo Nix having great numbers, but I could see Denver's win total decreasing because of that, because they're not playing within the offense and the way that team is constructed. So I could see.
Yeah, and with the Colts, I totally agree with that. I'm not a fan of what they've been doing with their roster. I'm not a fan of signing Daniel Jones.
I
wasn't a
think
fan
that
of
Alec
giving.
Pierce,
Yeah,
that Alec
Wh-
Pierce signing, I think, was the most overrated signing in the offseason.
I think
Alec Pierce is already on the pup list. Alex Pierce is on the pup list right now.
Yeah, he's already injured, and I didn't like that signing from the get-go.
and the Jets absolutely. I mean,
Him
the
as your-
Jets absolutely fleeced the Colts with Sauce Gardner. That was
Absolutely.
a joke. Well, like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
my
I think that contract
Jesus.
that
My
they overpaid
God,
that contract for Daniel Jones.
GM
I don't
needs
think
to
he's
go.
going to come out. I don't think he's going to come out the same. I don't think he's going to be healthy to start the season. We've seen the way that team looked down the stretch. I could see them coming out struggling severely.
Yep.
And
Jonathan Taylor already wants a new contract.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Nope.
can see him wanting out, because you see now they know all the teams are going to know they can just stack the box, and this is going to be Jonathan Taylor's last chance to get paid. So he's going to want out and be able to produce somewhere.
Yeah.
I like it. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I'll touch on Pats real quick. When you mentioned Will Campbell, yeah, he's going to most likely jump inside the left guard, because they drafted Caleb Lumu from Utah in the first round. He's a true left tackle. He'll jump in a left tackle. But I've said before, unfortunately, I really do believe in the hype of Drake May. I think he's the next superstar in the making, and I think he's going to do big things with A.J. Brown, Romeo Doubs, Hunter Henry. They got two good running backs, kind of like a lightning and thunder that can just kind of smash the ball. And that Mike Vrabel mentality of just playing hard-nosed football, play great defense, run the ball, wear them down. I think they're going to be a tough team. They got a very tough schedule, and they're going to regress for sure. But I think this is definitely still a playoff team.
All right. Well, I mean, boys, only time will tell. This has been I feel like every NFL season, there's just like that 3 or 4 storylines, and with each team. So we'll see. We'll see what comes of everything. But if you guys are available for one more segment, I would like to do it, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And
Go for it.
so if our viewers don't know, we are a South Florida located podcast, as you can tell by Justin's Miami Dolphins background there. One of the staples is one of our sports grills, Flanagan's Seafood Bar and Grill. I wanted to do
The GOAT.
our top 5. That's right, top 5 appetizers. And I'm looking at you, Kanava, and this is, I think, going to be maybe our most heavily debated topic since we started. So, Kanava, I'm going to ask you, starting at 5, to give me your top 5 Flanagan's appetizers.
Starting at 5.
Starting at 5.
I'll say the tumbleweeds.
Tumbleweeds.
Tumbleweeds, okay. The tumbleweed onions, okay, and number 5.
Yeah, tumbleweed onions.
That's a solid choice to start it off. And just to kind of, I think I actually had it pulled up here. Let me see here. Flanagan's apps.
Yeah, I might have to pull this up. I don't know the menu by heart.
Yes, you do.
Surprise! It's on your background. Yeah.
All right, I got it up here if you want to.
You got it up there.
yeah.
And then something I did see, Chris, you can tell me if I'm right. I believe the baby back ribs is also considered an appetizer Is that correct?
That's not an appetizer.
No, the rib rolls. The rib
No,
rolls.
it is not.
Rib
It
rolls.
is not.
I know that.
No,
Okay,
the baby
just-
back
just-
ribs
just
are
wanted to
not
clarify,
considered an
are the
appetizer.
wings-
Yes,
are the wings?
wings are.
Yes.
Wings
okay,
are, yes.
so number 5, we have the tumbleweed onion fries. Great. Kanava, what is your number 4 favorite appetizer at Flanagan's?
Potato skins.
Classic potato skins. Absolutely. Chris is shaking his head. He loves it. Chrisetti's salivating.
Joe's Rockin' Rib Rolls.
Come on, the rib
At
rolls.
3?
Wow.
Yeah, 3.
You're out of your mind, dude.
Wow.
I'm gonna say the loaded nachos and then the classic award-winning chicken wings, boys.
So the loaded nachos at 2, the chicken wings at 1. Totally
Best
disagree.
wing I ever had was at Flanagan's.
Totally disagree with you. I've been with you at Flanagan's. I've been with all of you at Flanagan's, and no one loves those nachos
Megan.
like you do. Nobody. Chris
Yeah.
is already, look how excited Chris is.
I'm about to go to Flans right now.
Right, you can be Ryan
Yeah.
Ramsey, I'm sure.
Can I
Yeah, in the bathroom.
throw in an honorable mention for my wife?
Go ahead.
The mozzarella sticks.
I like
Those are fire.
Yeah,
those
it's
are fire
classic,
too.
yeah.
I'd like to throw in one too.
Go
Is,
right ahead, Justin.
The fish dip. The fish dip is pretty fire.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, way better than tumbleweeds. Come on.
Come on, the firecracker shrimp.
Yeah. You can't miss with any of them, honestly. Technically, their French fries are a starter.
Yeah,
So-
but I'm not.
so-
they're not
so
in
my-
top
my
5
go-to-
perhaps.
That's more
My
of a
go-to
side, that's a
dish?
side though.
My go-to dish is the chicken chipotle sandwich with the sweet potato fries and a little bit of sugar sprinkled
not
on
bad.
top of those sweet potato fries. Boys, that's
Why,
how
you
that,
s- why you say it like that?
Chris, what's your go-to dinner meal?
What's your
My
go-to?
go-to is I order 4 pitchers of Yingling so I can get my 10 free wings with each pitcher, and I take 40 wings home.
You throw
Jesus.
You throw about 3 wings to the kids, and then you just go to town on the rest.
Are we finishing the night with a chocolate cake? Slice of chocolate cake? No? Is that just me?
You know, I'm not a big Flanagan's dessert guy.
I don't think I've ever
fine.
had their desserts.
Yeah, I didn't even know how they had a dessert menu. Let me pull it up.
Now,
Bonsai
No, I
brownie,
will-
Jamie sweet stack.
this one I will say is though that Kit Kat dessert they have,
Uh-huh.
with the Kit Kats on it with the cake, that is fire. But it
Oh
doesn't.
yeah,
it doesn't.
the bonsai brownie. Yeah,
Yeah, but
I've seen
it
that.
doesn't. It doesn't compete with the with Chili's with the molten lava cake with the
oh yeah, it's
with the chocolate chip
Yeah.
skillet underneath, chocolate chip cookie
Yeah, it's
skillet
fire.
underneath it. That's fire,
Justin,
dude. I mean,
Justin, so
yeah.
Justin, if you're a pitcher in and you're ordering your dinner for the night, what are you ordering?
My two, I have 2 go-tos that I order probably 90% of the time I go there. One is the chicken wings, fantastic.
fire.
And
So good.
the other one my go-to, me and the wife, is it's a black and dolphin sandwich. A little
Yeah.
tartar sauce on it. They make a really good fish sandwich.
Just kick him off the pod now. Who goes with the black?
They make a
Just-
very good fish sandwich. I'm telling you, bro, it's very fresh.
All right. That's something on the list.
Now, I
Kanava.
will say,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Chris.
if you've never had the my go-to there, if you've never had it, is the New York strip. Very
That's what
underrated.
you had last time,
Very
cuz.
Very
Yeah.
underrated. That the New York strip there is.
You know,
They-
you know,
they cook
you know,
it
you're not
very
at
well.
Rachel's, right? You're at Flanagan's.
Well, I mean, listen, when in Rome,
Wait,
the girl
right.
at Rachel's works at the bar.
it's part time.
Cajun shrimp pasta, pretty solid entree, boys.
So Kanava, if you're not getting the chicken wings, you're going with the Cajun shrimp pasta,
Yeah, if I'm not full by the
the nachos and the wings, and the rib
nachos,
rolls.
the 4
tumbleweeds.
pitchers. Yeah, for sure.
So are we all giving our top 5 or just Kanava?
I mean, listen. I guess.
Go ahead, Hunter. What's your top 5?
Well, it's not going to be the tumbleweed fries, so
I agree
that's
with
for
that.
sure. So I'm gonna go.
That's an
I'm gonna go number 5. I'm gonna go the mozzarella sticks. Okay, because I am a fan. I'm gonna go number 4. I'm gonna go with the quesadilla chicken, of course. Number 3. I'm gonna go the buffalo wings, boneless wings.
what?
Number
Boneless.
What are you 12?
Dude,
That's a chicken nugget, dog.
that's
I'm
the
sorry.
kids menu,
All
bro.
right, dude.
I'm sorry. Who's
And number 2, he's gonna go with the cup
Dude.
of New England clam chowder.
Do they give you crayons with the buffalo? boneless
2?
wings?
I'm sorry. I thought this was my list.
You're right. You're right.
Number 2 is
You're
going to
right.
be
Finish.
the rib rolls, and number 1 by a landslide is the loaded nachos.
Wow, dude, chicken
And-
wings not even top 5.
No,
I
they
said
were.
the
They were number.
boneless, bro.
Well, they're boneless chicken wings.
He's got the chicken nuggets on there.
I'm sorry. I totally forgot this was your top 5.
You guys give me shit about tumbleweeds. This guy's got chicken nuggets on the list.
All right, Chris,
Okay.
you smirky bastard. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Chris.
Well, I mean, we all know we're all a bunch of theft, and you guys missed like one of the best ones on there. So I'm going to go with number 5. I'm going to go with the garlic rolls at number 5.
What is Olive Garden?
That is
I mean, come on. We've all had those garlic rolls, and you
They're
can't even
so
say
good.
nothing about them. They're delicious.
that's a solid 5. Yeah.
I'm going to go with number 4, mozzarella sticks.
That a boy. Let's go.
I'm going with number 3 is going to be the potato skins.
Love our
Yeah.
starch.
Good pick.
It's tough, man. It's tough between number 1 and number 2. It's pretty much a pick your poison. But I'm going to go with number 2 is the buffalo wings, not boneless buffalo wings. The
Okay,
buffalo
Daddy.
wing.
Okay.
Bone in.
All right,
The,
bone
the
in.
adult wings.
Yeah. And at number
Yeah.
1, if you say anything other than this, you're just number 1, the loaded nachos.
That's my boy. Let's go. That's a list.
That's
why
a
you
list
guys
right
always
there.
get dinner together.
Yeah.
You guys got like the same appetizers.
You jealous?
All right. All right, Justin. Let's hear the
All right, so number 5. Number 5, I'll put mozzarella sticks.
okay. So that's all
Number
choice to start
4,
off.
I'll put the fish dip. Number 3,
Fish
I'll
dip.
put the loaded nachos.
Nasty.
Loaded nachos are good, but I've definitely had better.
He's
loaded
probably dipping the loaded nachos in the fish dip.
only after a couple pitchers. Number 2 is the rockin' rib rolls. I feel like you guys are sleeping on them, probably because you guys never even had them.
I put the rib rolls on my list.
Yeah, it's not what you did. And then number one, I'll say the chicken wings, medium garlic or hot garlic, actually, because
Yes,
they're usually not
yes.
that hot.
Absolutely.
Well done.
Fried hard. Absolutely.
With blue cheese, of course.
Ooh. Ooh. Boys, those are solid lists.
Hey,
Yeah,
we
I
might
mean,
have
I
to-
don't
we
know.
might have to
I don't
go.
know about that.
We might have
I don't
to
know
go
about
in
that
the next
fish.
couple.
I don't know about that fish dip, but
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, you think we could
might have
record?
to go in the next.
Do you think we
week
can
or
record
two
at that at
for your
Flans?
boy's birthday? What do you think?
yeah, we should go to
I'm down.
Flans. We should
Pass
go to
out some
Flans and
t-shirts?
we just order all the appetizers and
For a
record.
weekend. Dude, there's
No,
no, way you
seriously,
can hear
yeah.
there's no way you can hear anything in that place.
What's that?
There's no way we'd be able to hear anything recording.
We could eat outside.
We'll bring the setup. We bring the iPads, and then we'll
All right,
just talk to
hold
each
on.
other like this.
Let's close that. Let's close the episode and then we'll
We're
Well-
all behind the bar. Just
Well, that's episode 3. Ended the way we really wanted it to. Talking about Flanagan's appetizers. Well, I'm Hunter. That's Chris. That's Justin. And that's Canava.
Yes, sir. See y'all at Flanagan's, boys.
See you at Flans. Peace.